guys, what's up? It's Satika. Welcome to my channel where I do ArtStudentLife lifestyle videos. If you're still any of that, head down below and subscribe. I hope you're having an amazing day and let's get into it. So I have 35 minutes before I need to head to work, so I'm going to finish filming this. I'm going to edit it a little bit, then I'm going to go. So this is my January plan with me. It's a bit of a graphic theme, but it doesn't need a lot of supplies because it's just black and white. And actually, as I was picking the theme for this month, I was going through like a bunch of things in my head because I told you guys before I'm a little bit creatively drained right now, because especially because of my uni project. And every time I'm in this part of the project, I'm just like, essentially my creative juices have that just sounds really wrong. My creative power has flowed out of me and into the page, and it's all gone. And now I have nothing left right now. So, and anyway, the project now is just about finishing things up and like making things final and stuff. So I get a bit of a break before I need to start actually like creating again. And you can't see half my face. Can you see me now? The stuff over there is not supposed to be there. So I had a hard time picking the theme for this project, for this month, but I think what I did is pretty cool now, and I hope you guys like it, because I actually do. I really like it. I like where it ended up. I like how it looks. Just like it. And so if you guys are planning with me, grab your notebooks, your pens, anything that I use will be listed down below. And if you're not planning with me, grab a snack, a cup of coffee, and let's get into it. Okay, so this is probably the first time in a while you're seeing me actually sketch out the drawing of the cover page as I do it in the plan with me as I'm filming, because I don't usually do that. I like to go in, sketch it out like a day or two in advance, and come back to it and then do it. And now as I'm looking at it, this cup looks a little bit janky, but you know what? You guys are just gonna have to deal with it. So I realized, I went through phases for this theme. I was very lost as to what I should do, because there's not a lot going on in January for me, except for the fact that I have a bunch of submissions actually for uni. And so I was asking my friend, and I have recently started following Stray Kids as a band. And so my friend was like, why don't you just do like a Stray Kids theme? And I was like, I could, but I wasn't really feeling it. So I realized that in the month of January, I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee for reasons I expressed earlier. That is my submissions. So I decided that I wanted to do something related to coffee, but then I didn't know what related to coffee. And so I, as I do, went on Pinterest and I found this beautiful sort of black and white graphic drawing, and I'm going to put it on the screen right now. So I've just put a screenshot of the pin on the screen, because I couldn't find the artist's name or whatever, but I got it off Pinterest, so I thought I'd try to just put the screenshot on there. And I know in the original picture, the cloud above the steam cloud above the cup is a woman's face, but I wasn't interested in doing that, so I didn't. Again, this whole drawing is a little bit janky because I didn't pay attention to it. I think the illustrations that I do in my bullet journal are illustrations that I sort of do because I find them fun to do. I don't pay attention to the details. I don't pay attention to making it perfect. It's the only time that I just don't pay attention to making it really good. And I think you guys see that, but also I think you guys see like the effort that I put in. I don't know. Let me know if I'm totally wrong about this. But yeah, so I know I can do much better, but I just kind of leave it to be very freehand and sort of, wherever my hand and my pen takes me. So yeah, so it's just like almost like a fantasy forest coming out of a mug sitting on top of a book, which I'm sure the book is also supposed to be like a fantasy book, which is fun because you guys know I love reading and I love fiction and all that. So I knew that I was going to be consuming a lot of coffee, and I didn't want to just do like a coffee cup, which just seemed very like, I don't know, mundane and sort of simple. I wanted to spice it up, but I didn't know how, and so I just went on Pinterest, and this is what I found literally on my homepage, which is ridiculously appropriate, honestly. And yes, but it's only black and white, so this entire theme is just black and white. And I used up a lot of my pens and stuff. Like, I didn't use up the ink or whatever, but I just kind of used a lot of my pens to make it work and so on. And I hope you guys liked it, because this was very like, just like maybe half an hour before I sat down to film, I started looking for like reference pictures and things I could do and themes that I could do, honestly, because I haven't had the time. And yeah, so in the month of January, I've got 2 submissions. Basically, my Christmas break ends on the 9th of January. And I have one essay due on the 17th and one, like my big design project, due on the 23rd. And it's not ideal in terms of like the timing as well, because like I wish they'd give us more time between each submission, but they don't. Another thing I need to do in the month of January is to absolutely get my placement applications out. Because if I wait till February, then what's going to happen is that I can't expect a reply back till about March, April easily, because then the brands kind of get occupied in fashion week stuff. So, and I don't want to reach that stage. I do want to secure a placement by then, because most people would have applied by then. So I am going to just send out those. I'm just in the process of writing my cover letters. Yeah, so I just need to write my cover letters now and then just send everything off. And of course, once I hand in this project, it's going to be added to my portfolio. So whichever companies decide to say, okay, like send us your portfolio as well, I will send them that as well. So that's what's left for my placement currently. But yeah, but don't you guys worry, I'm going to try and be more consistent now. Actually, the thing is, I wasn't consistent with my videos in the last half of 2022, but that's also because like I wasn't consistent with my life. And like, even if you just look at my bullet journal, like so much of it is just empty, and so much of it, like, this hasn't happened before, but like there's so much left in the back. I can do like 2 months of 2023 just in my old 2022 bullet journal, but of course it's a new year, and so I would like to keep in consistency with like a new year, new book, all that. So yeah, as you guys can see, I just drew in the book. I drew in more mountains on the spine of the book, and there's sort of this stream coming out from between the valleys of the mountains of the cup and just going onto the page, down the book, all that. And yeah, if you see my hands right now, I'm just looking up sort of quotes for the new year, or like fantasy quotes or whatever. I don't know if you guys know this, but not my illustrations, but like 90% or like 95% of my quotes I look on Pinterest, because that's really like literally the best place to look for it. So the quote I picked this time was, sometimes we need fantasy to deal with the reality. And I just think that's like so apt, honestly, or to survive the reality, and I just think that's really apt, because I don't know, all of us like to escape into our imaginations at some, times in our life. And yeah, just below that, I'm just writing January and the calendar for January. And that's pretty much it for the cover page. Flipping to the next page is, of course, my monthly log. And this time my monthly log is 2 pages again, just because, like I said, I have hand-ins and I have a visa appointment. And like I have a few things, like I have birthdays and stuff. Like I have a few things going on in January. And so I just needed the monthly log to be 2 pages and bigger. I think in February, I think I'll just keep it to one page because there's not that much going on in Feb, unless something gets scheduled, which, you know, we'll see when February approaches, rather than deciding right now when January hasn't even begun yet. But yeah, so do you guys have any plans for January? Do you guys have any New Year's resolutions? Let me know, because I'd love to know, because I really haven't decided my New Year's resolutions this year, or like things I want to accomplish this year. So yeah, let me know what you guys' goals and resolutions are, if they're sort of, I don't know, if they apply to my life, then I might, you know, take inspiration from them. And oh, you guys don't know this, but I have like a set of washi tapes that I'm going to use in this setup, which you guys will see at the very end in the final flip through. But they're so pretty. Honestly, they're just so pretty. Like, and they're so apt for this theme as well. So I kind of love that, how all of that lined up, because like I had bought them like ages ago, but I hadn't even opened up like the little, like the film packaging of the tapes. And yeah, of course, after the monthly log are my trackers. My trackers are, I track my food and my sugar. You guys know this if you guys have been following me for a while. If you haven't, then I am diabetic, and so I need to keep track of what I'm eating and what my blood sugars are. So I like to put in this spread every month. And on the left hand page, I'm going to be doing my habit trackers. I've gotten out of touch with like mood trackers, honestly, because my mood is like, it fluctuates all over the place in a day. And deciding that sort of one mood for the day, it just seems very redundant for me. And yes, I know it does help in therapy, but I am not in therapy currently, even though I would like to be. And so yeah, I haven't, no mood tracker for me currently. I will eventually, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I did go to therapy for a while. I will eventually go back, just not right now. I'm not in the stage in life where I need to go back right now. But I will I'm not in the stage of life where I, for some reason or the other, can go back right now. So I will eventually, and I will get the therapy that I need, but not at the moment. For the habit trackers, rather than this time using the stamp calendar, I'm just sort of drawing out the boxes and, you know, coloring gray the parts or the days that are not actually part of the month. And that's how I'm gonna currently I'm tracking 7 habits, and that's how you see 7 boxes. Last time I think I drew an 8 or whatever, but I don't use the 8th one, so yeah, it's 7 for me now. I was continuing to watch Wednesday as I was doing this. And another TV show that I'm currently watching, which is English, is Schitt's Creek. I finished the Korean Little Women. And now the Korean one I'm watching is Welcome to Waikiki, which is a nice, fun, cute show, you know. Little Women was like a bit like intense in terms of like the story. But apart from that, like, it was a good story. But like Welcome to Waikiki is just a very light sort of, you know, cute little romance thing. Obviously now the last sort of monthly spread is my budget tracker. You guys know this. I will link the essential spreads for students one again, as always, if you guys want to check it out, because that has more than just this budget tracker. But yeah, so I always keep a budget tracker. Again, I haven't kept up with it really since I came back to London in September, but I know I've gone over budget a lot of times in like a lot of months, especially December. But yeah, that's my budget tracker, but I'm gonna go back to it in January. I really do need to. Now, the last spread of the setup, of course, is my setup for the first week of January. I decided to just do a 3-page rolling weekly. You guys know Elizabeth from Plant-Based Bride came up with this one, and it's super useful actually, just because like it has individual columns for each day, and they're very large columns, so you can use them as you see fit. Like you can put in the hourly times and like you decide to do your day hourly. You can just do like a general thing. You can have a note section for each day. Like, it's very useful to have such big sort of boxes, and you can have one extra box because you get 8 sort of sections to have sort of a weekly to-do list, which you can then start ticking off and splitting into the different days as you go through the week. Yeah, so this is the spread I've been using for the last couple of weeks in the Christmas break, just because I have a lot of uni work to get done, and so I need that weekly tracker of like what I need to do this week, but also I need the daily thing as well. So yeah. And this is the final flip through with added washi tape to it. You guys are gonna see this stars of washi tape is the Amanda Ridgely washi tape. It's the set. This washi tape, this thick one with moons and feathers, is the one that I was talking about, which is so pretty. And yeah, isn't it just beautiful? And there we go. That is the end. So guys, that was that. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, head down below and subscribe. Leave a like on the video. Let me know what your theme for January is, if you'll be following mine. I haven't actually seen Amanda Rachel upload a video for January yet, except for her digital planning one, which I think she said she's also going to be doing physical ones, but I'm not too sure about that. But yeah, anyway, this is mine. And like I said at the beginning, I had a hard time picking it, and really Pinterest is a Pandora's box, I guess, for ideas. So that's where I go sometimes when I'm feeling a bit like, what the hell am I supposed to do? So yeah, so I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, head on and subscribe, leave a like on the video. Like I said, let me know what your theme for January is, or if you'd be following mine. And I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and bye!